welcome to the Summit City Observer News Brief, your regular dose of relevant community content brought to you by student journalists from Purdue-Fort Wayne's media outlet. I'm Lydia Ruel, the editor of the Summit City Observer, here to highlight an event that's uniting the community through vision and action. I'm joined by Marisol Sharpe, who helped organize the conference called Building Vibrant Communities. Marisol, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. And I just have to say, it feels very strange calling you by your first name. To me, you are Senora Sharpe because you were my Spanish teacher in high school.
Yes.
So it's so great to hear about all the things you've been doing in the community to continue to lead. It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I still get that. I get like people in their 20s that are still calling me Senora Sharpe. So that's okay.
Yes, it's a good thing. So first, tell us a little bit about you and what led you to get involved with this work in the community.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Fort Wayne, so this is home to me. This is the community that, we chose to raise our kids in and stay, and most of my family is here. This event that's going on is actually sponsored by people of my faith. The Baha'i community is actually organizing it. So I hopped on the planning committee just a couple weeks ago, and there's plenty to do. It's this weekend, so it just really meant a lot to me because I know the potential of Fort Wayne. I think that everybody who's been here, there's a lot of people moving here, see it. So I feel like in the last couple years, as I took a break from teaching, I definitely still, that felt like a service to me. Teaching always felt like a service to me, to our community. I think we've seen just, how challenging these times have been for teachers. So it's kind of weird to me to leave teaching and then feel like, well, then what am I doing in our community? If I'm not teaching, then what am I doing as a service? So I've been getting more involved in that sense. Doing a junior youth group, because my oldest is 15 now.
Wow.
So he's kind of starting to take a leadership role in that too. And so this is exciting because now we're inviting everybody, to join us. Here's kind of what we've been doing and who wants to join us.
Yes. So tell us what the conference is all about.
Yeah. So the conference, it's 2 days, and as you said, it's vision and action. Day one really is more about getting everybody to understand, what is this vision when we talk about community, when we talk about unity, when we talk about the oneness of humanity. What does that really mean? Because it sounds good, I feel like it sounds like rainbows and butterflies, but it's easier said than done. So the first day we'll be sharing what that vision is like and really asking, as I've been making invitations to people to contribute to that conversation. So it's not going to be us just lecturing the whole time. A lot of the conference is going to be discussion, so we'll have breakout sessions because we really want to hear what other people are doing. We'll have a few guests that are coming to say what they've been doing in the community because obviously, like I said, Fort Wayne is amazing, but there's still so much more that we could be doing all over Fort Wayne. And day two will be more about the action. So once we build that vision the first day, we really hope everybody comes back. I think right now we're a little more heavier on the Saturday side, which I understand people have things to do. It's a long day.
Sure.
It might seem like a long day, but we hope we'll keep it exciting. So Sunday will be more about action. So what are some things that, one, you're either already doing, or two, that you could actually maybe step out of your comfort zone?
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be big. I don't think we realize just the small acts of kindness, how far those things really go.
I totally agree. Totally agree. And like you said, there are 2 steps involved. We've got the vision and the action. So to start with vision, is there a specific blueprint or goals that the group has come up with to achieve that?
Yeah. Like I said, we'll be sharing several quotes that inspire us. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but that the world is but one country and mankind its citizens is one that really drives us in this one, and that we all have a part to play in the betterment of the world. I think it starts here in our community, right? I feel like when we think about taking on the whole world, that seems like, okay, somebody else is going to do that because who am I? So I think it's really just inspiring people that it is every single one of us. So when we talk about unity, it doesn't mean like, okay, I can support this person, but actually be a protagonist in it.
Yeah.
And so when we share that vision, I think there is, we want to inspire people to not only look at themselves, but actually see the potential in other people. And then the vision, or no, you just asked about the vision, I'm sorry. But the action piece, we do have, like I said, some things that we're already doing that we would love, we'll have information that day. And then some of the guests that are coming will have like a resource table too to see how you can get involved with them too. So definitely encouraging anybody and everybody. It's not too late to sign up.
Great.
There's still space to get involved.
Okay, awesome. And when I was reading the details of the conference, it looks like there are different engaging activities. Like you said, it's not just going to be a lecture. So there's things targeted toward adults, some for teens, and other activities for younger kids. So why is it important to have every member of the community involved in this?
Yeah. That's always something in the past. Like I said, we've had conferences before. Usually we just join Indianapolis and such because these conferences are happening all over the world. These are global conferences, so it's really exciting that Fort Wayne that we said, hey, we can do it too.
Yes.
And I think it's been amazing to see us step up. So I think we've surprised ourselves and just seen like, hey, we can take more of a leadership role. Muncie's community will be joining us too. But for us, in all of our conferences, we usually do have some type of component where the junior youth, that age between 11 or 12 to 15, they have a set of ways of thinking, and I feel like the junior youth that we work with are around that age group. So we'll have a separate session for them. So they'll be in another room for part of the time, and that way they have a space where they feel like they can talk instead of like, well, the adults are taking care of it, or the adults kind of took over the conversation. So just allowing that space and to let them know they do have a say. There's plenty that they can do. They don't have to wait till they get older. And the same goes for the kids. So we actually, 5 and up are invited. We've created a program for ages 5 to 10, 11. Obviously there's like some gray area there where they feel more comfortable, whether it's with the junior youth group or the children. The children will be touching, touching the themes that we'll be talking about in the adult room too. So it's not like a daycare where just like here, we're just gonna play games. There actually will be talking about the oneness of humanity and what does that mean, and what do you want your community to look like? In a perfect world, your school would look like this, and your family, your neighborhood would look like this. So they'll actually be touching on the theme of that vision. And day 2, they'll be sharing, hopefully at the end of the day, what they've come up with.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. And hopefully this isn't a spoiler for this weekend's conference, but what is an example of taking that extra step beyond the vision, the action, that we can practice in our everyday lives or in our communities?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't feel like we need to all say like, oh, well, I'm going to go start like, a charity or a junior youth group. I've chosen to do that, but I really love that age group. Like I full-heartedly believe and get excited about our youth in our community. And if you're not comfortable with doing that, being a support, there's plenty of people in our community that are like, oh, what can I do? Can I give somebody a ride? Can I bring food? And one of the activities, so spoiler here, that we'll be doing is actually encouraging everybody to start with just getting to know somebody that you probably live next to. I feel like we don't know our neighbors anymore.
Right.
The way maybe, our parents did when we were younger. So we're actually going to have a little treat for them, and we will be practicing that. So I feel like sometimes, like I said, it's easier said than done, but for some people to get outside their comfort zone, to go and say hi to somebody, to sit down or to invite them to get some coffee, somebody that's outside of their typical friend group, what better way to start understanding people that may seem so different than you, but really, at the end of the day, they're not that different. There's a lot more that connects us than separates us. So we're going to be practicing. There'll be an activity where we do practice those conversations, and not like role playing, like actually go meet somebody. We're going to give you guys some time. Go find somebody, and we'll just probably give a few questions to like start a conversation and see where that goes, and hopefully that makes them more comfortable. So I feel like beyond that, it's just really getting to know people that maybe you haven't opened your eyes to before, so that you can start to be more understanding and compassionate.
Yes, absolutely. So there's the 2-day conference at the end of April, this Saturday and Sunday. And then what's next for the future of this organization, this event, this idea?
So the Baha'i community definitely wants to encourage everybody to reach out. We'll have information, like I said, if you know, one of the community organizations that do show up that day, because we will have the guest speakers, you know, inspires you definitely to reach out for that. We've talked about, because we've been getting so excited and planning, like, oh my gosh, 2 days isn't enough. Like, we're so excited, and there's several people who have things coming up that couldn't make it, and they're like, yeah, but let me know what's next. So I'm glad you asked. We hopefully will have maybe, I know that Friday, actually, so a week from today, one of our friends will have a, maybe you'll call it like a reflection meeting. So if you were there and you want to learn more, or you know, just go a little bit deeper into any of the themes that we touch on, whether it's the vision or, you know, inspiring the youth, empowering the youth, the education aspect of it, then though you can check our calendar. Our calendar is on the, I don't want to mess up the website, Baha'i is of Fort Wayne. And there's a community calendar on there, so there's usually a number, an address that you can reach out to, or an email. You can always email us and see what's coming up next. So there's plenty to do. There's weekly activities. There's so many things. A lot of it is on Zoom, and but we are moving, like, we're getting some more of that in person, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of options if you're not ready to step out there.
Excellent. Well, we will be sure to stay updated on that. Thank you so much again for talking with us about it. I'm excited to see where this leads and how we can build up our communities.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So let us know how you are impacting your community this month. You can find us at summitcityobserver.com. You can find CTV at collegetv.pfw.edu. Come say hi in the basement of the library. We'll see you next time, and remember, attitude is the difference between an ordeal and an adventure. I'm Lydia Ruel. Thanks for tuning in.